I've been watching anime since 2013. I was 12 or 13 back then, and it is really interesting to look at how people view anime now versus back when I first started in 2013. I feel like back then, people didn't even really know the term anime, didn't really know what I was talking about. I tried to make a couple friends back on the playground. Nobody knew what the fuck I was talking about. But now it's kind of this cool thing. Like rappers talk about DBZ, famous fighters will talk about their favorite Naruto fights. But I think like the biggest thing that's getting people into anime right now and making it such like a mainstream sensation is TikTokers, the e-boys and e-girls out there, giving it their all on the TikTok platform. And I'm super excited to have more people that are into anime. Like I've been spending a lot of my childhood trying to figure out how to make friends through this media. Everybody at my work is starting to get into it. I feel like people in general, now's the time that they're getting into it. But what are they gonna watch? So those 3 anime that I'm going to recommend to you, I've masterfully plucked from all the anime that I've watched. The 3 anime that I'm going to be talking about are Death Note, Hunter x Hunter, and Toradora. If you've seen these already, just don't click away. Just stay on the video, because at the end of me talking about each of these, I'm going to give quick recs based off of that anime. Alright, let's get this started. Statistically, you have already seen Death Note. And if you haven't, and somehow the sheer amount of popularity isn't enough to entice you, I'll explain the premise just really quick. Basically, some regular ass high school kid who's like super popular and stuff is walking home from school and a notebook falls from the sky, and then he looks at it and it says Death Note. He reads the rules in the Death Note and it says whenever you write out someone's name in this book, they will die, and you can specify how they die and everything in the book. It's this whole thing, and he, like any normal person out there, decides that he is going to create a new world without any criminals. Kill all criminals. Then this L guy, he's this big detective from I think America actually, I'm not too sure, I don't quite remember. The Japanese government hires him to do this detective work to find out how all these guys are dying. L and Light, which is the high school kid's name, they get into this battle of the wits, and that's kind of the rest of the series, is them thinking 2 steps ahead and then 3 steps ahead. But that's not really a detractor. I think a lot of people would be like, oh, there's no action. It keeps your engagement. I'll just tell you that much. Drama with characters, drama with character deaths, like all this stuff. Just watch it if you like psychological shit. If you've watched and liked Death Note, then I have a couple quick recs for you right here. Code Geass, Kaiji, Love is War, Future Diary, maybe even a little something like Promised Neverland. Like I said earlier, where this new age of anime is being kicked off by people on TikTok and internet personalities in that way, I feel like Hunter x Hunter is those people's anime. Hunter x Hunter has been getting a lot more popular with these newcomers to anime. I remember back when it came out, or at least earlier in my time watching anime, nobody was talking about this. I didn't hear too much about this anime. I did watch it back then, but I did not hear very much about it at all. But now people are talking about it left and right. The last year has been incredible for this anime. It has been popping off. Basically, the idea of this anime is main character's dad leaves him at a young age to become a hunter, and instead of the kid resenting hunters, he actually decides that he is going to become one himself, and he is going to go find his dad. The anime really knows how to hype up a lot of action and tell really interesting and deep character stories within this action. This anime has a lot of what you would want and expect from a good shonen. It's got really cool fight scenes, it has really cool abilities, sexy villains, and of course, tournament arc! With the tournaments, like Giguk video? Okay, I'm losing my shit. If you've already seen Hunter, here's some extra recs for you. Eureka 7, Naruto if you want to watch a really fucking long anime, Attack on Titan, JoJo's, Soul Eater, Yu Yu Hakusho actually, it's by the same creator. Toradora was one of the first romance animes that I've ever seen. The idea of a romance anime has never appealed to me. I look at the romance anime, I say, as a little cringe, and like The Notebook, ew. So basically, it's about these 2 characters, and they both have crushes on each other's best friend. So the girl has a crush on the main character's best friend, the main character has a crush on the girl's best friend. So after a little bit of antics between those 2, they decide that they are going to wingman for each other. While the other 2 anime are more focused on having an interesting premise and characters take a little bit of a backseat, not too much. The characters are still really great in the other ones, but this one is way more focused on characters and how they interact with each other. Specifically, the dichotomy between the two main characters is really amazing. Every single time you learn like a detail about one of them, you realize the other one is the complete opposite basically. And that makes for some really interesting character interactions as well as conflicts between the two. If you're into like anything sappy, romance or not, I would definitely give this one a good shot. I would give all of them a good shot. But I think people might sleep on Toradora compared to the other two that I mentioned. I don't watch like a whole lot of romance animes or things like that, but I'm still gonna try to give you some recs depending on if you guys like this or not. My Little Monster, Clan Ed, My Teen Romantic Comedy, School Days, maybe. I mean, maybe just go watch my video instead. Okay, so if you're just getting into anime now, please don't watch School Days. It's not for you. I think that's it. I think this is maybe a series I want to mess around with a little bit. I'm going to try to do the whole aesthetic. Hopefully you guys get to see this epic pastel type of aesthetic. And I kind of want to do this as a series. Maybe not confined to anime, or maybe it will be confined to anime. I'm not sure yet. We'll see down the road. But yeah, have a good night. Good night.